Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rachel's Page Turners. Today I'm going to be doing my Christmas book haul. Now I don't usually do Christmas haul videos simply because I don't usually get that many books for Christmas and they don't usually make a full video, but I got super spoiled this year and I would really love to show off these books to you guys. Before we get started, I'm going to drink some tea. Tea. Now that tea was also a Christmas present. I got the Snow White caffeine-free tea that was available on Etsy. Not Etsy. Tiavana? Not Tiavana. Adiago. Adiago Teas. I'll list their link down below. Now I received this because my in-laws decided to do Secret Santa instead of giving everybody gifts. And I love Secret Santa. I think that's a really cool idea. And my mother-in-law was my Secret Santa, and she got me a couple tins of this beautiful Snow White tea, and this beautiful, beautiful edition of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. It is a pocket-size edition, and I love plain leather covers, and they all look just absolutely stunning to me. Rancid, in order to fit the whole book in these little pocket-sized editions, the writing is absolutely minuscule, but thankfully I've read the story so often that I don't see me actually struggling in reading the story. All the covers match. I just love it when all the covers match. And so, obviously when I talk about The Hobbit, which I will talk about The Hobbit again. I talked about it several times by now. I'm going to be using this cover and not the other cover. This book is what my lovely honey got for me. My fiance bought me Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the illustrated edition. I'm so excited to own this. I'm super torn, which is my favorite gift. I can't decide if this edition of The Lord of the Rings or this is my favorite gift. I shouldn't really be thinking that way because all of these gifts came from the heart and I'm absolutely pleased with them. But oh, just look at this. The illustrations are just gorgeous. I'm so happy to have this now. I'm obviously getting the rest of the books as they come out. I just have to at this point. So beautiful. And I love how even the pages that don't have illustrations have little like ink spots on them. Just so cool. Now these books were gifts from my aunt Linda. I saw her at Thanksgiving, and at Thanksgiving I told her about this channel, and she knew how I had a love for theater. One of the books that she gave to me was The Source, the Greater Boston Theater Resource Guide. And looking through this is something like any aspiring actor should really have in their library. For the area, Boston, I mean. This wouldn't really help you in LA, but I'm so glad to have this in my library now. Thank you, Auntie Linda. I can't wait to really use this and look through it more. And this is the other book that she gave to me. And this is because I told her about this channel, which is Social Media 101 Tactics and Tips to Develop Your Business Online. And it's what a channel is. It's your online business. And I can't wait to look through this and learn from it. Now the rest of these books are also from my mother-in-law. She is a very generous person and she spoils me rotten. And she was too funny. After she gave me these books, she's like, no, I didn't know what books to get you, so of course I went on your Goodreads page and looked at your to-read section and I printed it out. And I have to tell you, I was not expecting to print out 7 pages of books. Well, I'm sorry, my TBR is ever growing. And she just bought me books that I had planned to read. One of the books I had listed on there was Son of a Witch, which is volume 2 to the Wicked series that I'm constantly talking about. And I'm usually talking about it on my like top 5 Wednesday videos. Wicked is through the witch's perspective, and it's clearly about how history is written by the victors and how the witch really wasn't a terrible person. And I don't know anything about the second book. All I know that it's about her son. And I really enjoyed book 1, so I cannot wait to read book 2. This is a book I actually forgot I put on my TBR. I can't remember if it was The Reading Puppet or Tiffany from The Crafty Home, but it's definitely one of these two channels. It had to be either of these two people that recommended People of the Lie, The Hope for Healing Human Evil, written by M. Scott Peck. And I don't even remember what this book is about. It's definitely about psychiatry, and psychiatry intrigues me, so I'm more than confident that this is going to be a very interesting read. Another book I have in this lovely box is Every Day by David Leviathan, and this story is really cool. It's about this guy who switches bodies every day. He's in a different body, and the only constant is that he's in love with the same girl. And I just think it's really cool that the only thing he knows is that he's in love with this girl, and he has to figure out who he is that day. He could be a boy, he could be a girl, he could be white, he could be black. This is cool. This is really cool. This little snippet just really speaks to me. The body is the easiest thing to adjust to, if you're used to waking up in a new one each morning. It's the life, the context of the body that can be hard to grasp. Just wow. The next book is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I recently put this on my TBR. I don't quite remember what this book is about. I just know it's very suspenseful. I like the cover, and I like how the chapter headings have this beautiful like branch thing happening. Something is out there, something terrifying that must not be seen. One glimpse and a person is driven to deadly violence. No one knows what it is or where it came from. Oh, okay, well something terrible happens and they have to live with whatever it is, and they're survivors to this. It seems like the characters themselves are just as confused as I am. So we're gonna get along just fine. Another book I have in this box is Necessary Errors by Caleb Crane. I think the cover is really cool looking. I just love this color blue. It's a debut novel by this author. It's October 1990. Jacob Putnam is young and he's full of ideas. He's arrived a year too late to witness Can you say that 3 times fast? He's arrived a year too late to witness Czechoslovakia's revolution, but he still hopes to find its spirit somehow. He discovers a country at a crossroads between communism and capitalism, in a picturesque city overflowing with a vibrant, searching sense of possibility. As the men and women Jacob meets begin to fall in love with one another, no one turns out to be quite the same as the idea Jacob has of them, including Jacob himself. That little snippet just really intrigued me about this book. The next book I have is Sidekicked by John David Anderson, and the cover is also pretty cool looking. I remember putting this book on my TBR because it's about superheroes and being a sidekick, and I thought that was really cool about a story focusing more on the sidekick rather than the main superhero. And it looks like the main character, Andrew Bean, is part of an organization for training superhero sidekicks, which is, I think, is pretty cool. And after reading the back here, it kind of looks like Harry Potter turned DC/Marvel universe. Now, these last handful of books are all by the same author. They're all by Chris Coffer, who, if you didn't know, starred in Glee. I remember watching this movie because I had heard that Chris Coffer had written the screenplay, but when I watched the movie, I didn't realize it was also a book. And I enjoyed the movie. It's about a kid who wants to be a writer and he struggles with his high school life. Kind of reminded me of my own high school life a little bit. And the rest of the books are all part of a series. Oh, I lied. They're not all by Chris Coffer. I'll put this down for a second. All part of a series called The Land of Stories. Books 1. I believe this is book 1. Book 2. And book 3. And I wanted to read this series because it's a fairy tale series, and obviously I love fairy tales and fantasy, and usually when I hear about a story like this, I absolutely have to pick it up. And the main synopsis is about these twins. When the twins' grandmother gives them a treasured fairy tale book, they have no idea they're about to enter a land beyond all imagining, the land of stories where fairy tales are real. And I just love that alternate universe kind of stuff. That's why I really enjoyed Once Upon a Time. Now, the last book that I have in this box that I thought was part of the Land of Stories trilogy, but is not, is Emerald Green by Kirsten Greer. It is the third book in a trilogy. I didn't realize that when I added it to my TBR, so I probably threw a wrench in my mother-in-law's Christmas planning, so I'm sorry, Ma. It is about Gwen, who realizes that she is a Ruby, the final member of the time-traveling Circle of 12, and since then, nothing has been really going right for her, and she suspects that the founder is up to something nefarious, but nobody believes her, and she's also... Oh, she's also learned that her charming time-traveling partner, Gideon, has probably been using her all along, and that sucks. So, because this is the third book in the trilogy, I'm going to have to put this down until I pick up books 1 and 2. And books 1 and 2 looks like they're just as beautiful as book 3, so even if I don't like the series, which I doubt, the synopsis really intrigues me. The covers will look very pretty on my shelf. So that is my Christmas book haul. As you can see, I was very much spoiled by my mother-in-law. Nellie, thank you so much for buying me these books. I love all of them. They're all so beautiful, and it's really sweet that you made sure that they were books I would like by going onto my Goodreads page. Thank you, Auntie Linda, for supporting me in my ambitions. Everybody needs to have at least one relative that does that, and thankfully I'm very blessed in having several relatives that do that. And honey, thank you so much for buying this beautiful edition of Harry Potter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What books did you guys get for Christmas? Please feel free to talk about it down below, and if you also did a Christmas haul video, please feel free to list it down below so others can see it. I will of course check them out, and as always, if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you in the next video. Bye guys!